I talk about the cylinder cutout test a lot, and people are like, what? They don't understand it. A lot of shops will do this cylinder cutout test incorrectly, or they'll do it according to Cummins instructions, which I don't agree with, or different reasons. And all you gotta do is click on it, hit start, you know, right over here, and now you've got control of your cylinders. And a lot of shops, they'll go, oh, well, you know, let's just cut one of them out. And we could feel the engine got a little rougher, but not by much. Really, that's not telling us much, okay? That's just telling us if it got a little rougher. I mean, if the cylinder's firing, I guess, maybe. I'm going to show you some tricks with this thing. Oh, yeah. Now, they're over on the IFSM, which is the Integrated Fuel System module. You know, you get the full fuel pump, and then you got those 4 solenoids underneath it, you know, down by where your fuel filter is. Yeah. Those 4 solenoids are like a rope. The front 2 are the fueling and timing solenoids for the front 3 cylinders. The back 2 for the back 3 cylinders. Let's say you want to see if those solenoids are good. Well, one way to check them very easily is to cut out the front. Let's say you want to check the front 2, okay? See if the front 2 are working properly, or at least working, or you maybe have a problem with them. It's easy to come right here and shut off all the back 3 cylinders and just run it off those front 2 solenoids. And if you got a problem with those solenoids, the engine's going to cut out. The engine's going to stop, or it's going to run really bad. You can see it's still running really good with only on 3 cylinders. So that's an easy test to do. Now that's for the front solenoids, okay? And then I can turn that back on. You always wait a couple, you know, you can feel it kind of shake and stable out after you turn it back on. So you got to kind of wait a second too. Now let's do the back 3. Now that's the back set of solenoids. So I just tested the front set of solenoids and the back set of solenoids with an easy quick check, okay? And it's running just as smooth. You can tell the other cylinders aren't running. You can feel the vibration difference, but it's running just as smooth. That's kind of a cool thing to do really quick to see if your solenoids are actually in good shape or they're screwing up. Now for the real deal. This is what I tell everybody. Hardly anybody does it this way. I want to check all the injectors, okay? And we're running, what, 700 RPMs or so? I just let it idle. What I do is I run the engine on 1 cylinder at a time. I fire the whole engine on 1 injector. And then I let it run for a little bit, and if it dies right away, or if it, you know, stumbles out and stalls, either you just had an in-frame and your engine's really tight, okay, because that happens, which yours is, you got 500,000 miles on it, or the injector's starting to fail, it's not spraying fuel properly, you know, you're getting problems with the nozzle, something.
Could it also be your timing?
Can be, but not typically. An overhead set will affect it too, if your overhead set. Now, we're running on 1 piston right now. Just 1 piston. You can hear it's strong. And you got to do this with the engine warmed up. Yeah. It's nice and strong. That feels good. Okay, you got to kind of feel for it. And if you're not sure what to feel for yourself because you've never done it, do each one of them one at a time and compare this one to the other one to the other one. Okay, because that one's really nice. And I always watch the RPM over here to see.
And it's still going 700.
Roughly, yeah. It's trying to keep up. Yeah, it's going to do that. Now I'm going to hit restore all. Okay, and let it settle out. Okay, now I'm going to do cylinder number 2. The number 1 sounded really good. Okay, let's do number 2. Fire the engine on 1 piston. It should be very similar, and it is. You hear that? Okay, if you do these,
strong, though, does it?
Yeah, it's real close. Okay. Oh, you can tell there's something wrong. I mean, you do all these, and they sound really good. Really, there's no reason the injectors are going to cost you a lot of fuel or any kind of significant fuel mileage or problems.
That means they're working like they're supposed to.
They're working like they're supposed to. I mean, this is one of the things I do when somebody comes over here and says, I want to get 8 or 9 miles to the gallon out of my motor. That's one of the tests I do, because if there's problems here, you're never going to get it.
Yeah. You're just wasting fuel.
You can tweak on that motor, the charge air cooler, and every circuit on that thing, you're not going to get it. But if this sounds really good and strong, at least you know it's not injectors. It's not your timing and fueling solenoids. You just, this is how you do it. I'm gonna do number 3. Number 3 sounds really good and healthy and strong. Okay. So far, they're all really good. This sounds like my truck. Actually, my truck's always really good. Okay, and your overhead cam being really worn out can cause it not to run on certain cylinders and stuff. I mean, you can tell, it's going to catch a lot of problems. Okay. I mean, it may not just be an injector. It may be a bad overhead cam or really bad out of alignment or worn out overhead set, or it could be a lot of things.
So this would be a great tool to take with you if you're looking at a truck.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You got this? Oh yeah, this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna let it settle out. I'm gonna do number 4. Turn all of them off but 4. Boom, there's 4. 4 sounds really good. See how they all sound very similar?
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell if you got a problem.
Okay. And it'll actually shut the engine off if there's a major problem, right?
Yeah, it usually won't. Yeah, it won't run very long.
Maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it'll fire for like 10, 15 seconds and just die.
Okay.
Now, if you have that happen, this one's doing some really good so far. If you have that happen, don't just assume, oh my God, that injector's bad. Do the test a few times.
Okay.
Because I've had that happen before, and then you do it again and it runs really good. And then you do it again and it runs really good. It's just sometimes, you know, that when you're firing on one cylinder, you know, all these other cylinders, because you can feel it like when it comes back, there's like some, you know, a little bit of shaking and imbalance, you know, until it settles out again. So it can fool you, but usually it don't, you know. If everything's in really good shape, it's going to do like this one's doing. So, now number 5. You didn't know you could fire a motor on one piston, did you?
Yeah, I knew that this test was there, and they wanted it. I was actually going to get this test. They wanted $350 for it. So I don't know. This is when you said you were going to test my injectors. I was like, yes.
Well, there's other tests you can do too. You can do a cylinder performance test and all that. The cylinder performance test I don't like to do.
I wanted to cut out
this one really.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah, this one.
I was about to pay $350 for this test. So thank you so much.
Gets it down to the meat and potatoes of this. $350. Go buy your own adapter.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Put your program in there and go.
Yeah.
Let's do number 6. Okay, so this is telling me injectors, IFSM, all that stuff is just, it seems like it's in really good shape. Overhead, I don't hear no clink, clank, tank, tank. You know, it's firing really hard, strong, each piston one at a time. So, you know, I think that after treatment's what's eating you up. I mean, it's just, the data looks bad.
Okay.
The history looks bad. You know, we just did an EGR tune-up. Let's see if that fixes it.